Tuesday Drive.
Well, after the weekend's heavy falls around the area, it was probably a timely reminder of how quickly an emergency can arise. I don't know about you, but I was shocked when I saw some of the images on social media and news outlets of the heavy amounts of water just gushing through Albion Park Rail. But of course, it was only around 11 months or so ago we were battling the opposite in our region in the summer bushfires of 2019-2020. Now, I've been very fortunate over this period to speak to some wonderful people in our community who have been involved in some way or another in looking after our greater community. And I'm thrilled to welcome Wendy Roberts to the show, who's recently picked up the Rotary Emergency Services Community Award. Hello, Wendy, and congratulations.
Hello, Stephen. Thank you very much.
Now, before we get into the award, how long have you been involved with the RFS for?
Well, I haven't been really involved for the last 8 or so years, but up until then, I was fairly involved with it. We joined in 62, the brigade.
Wow.
My husband was a fire captain, then he was a group captain. At work, he worked at Erowal Bay, and he was a fire control officer down there. He started the Wreck Bay Brigade. So, fire brigade's been in our blood all that time.
So I'm getting a sense that it was because of your husband and the fact that you were living in a small community, that's what got you attached to the organisation all those years ago.
That's right. It was only a very small brigade then. There were only 32 people lived in Erowal Bay.
Oh, wow.
And they had a water tank on a trailer and knapsacks and some McLeod tools and some beater things to beat out the flames, and that was about it.
And what do they have in the knapsacks?
Water.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had big knapsacks on their back.
Oh, wow. So obviously they're waterproof. But were they sort of smaller bags within the knapsack, or was just the knapsack was all full of water?
No, they were tin, and then I think later on they were plastic. They held about like the size of a 20 litres, I guess.
Gee whiz, that's a lot to have in your back.
I think it's 20 litres, I'm not sure. I won't swear to that.
No, that's... Look, either way, that's a lot, like I said, to have in your back there, Wendy.
It was a hard way to fight the fires too. And I mean, it's so much better now. The communication and everything is so much better.
Well, that's what I wanted to touch on. So, you joined back in the 60s. It's now 2020. Have you seen a few changes along the years?
We've seen lots of changes, especially out this way, everywhere. It's just so big now, and the traffic's just be of a weekend for Christmas. It's like that every day now.
And when it actually comes to the organisation itself, have you seen a few changes, like maybe changes in technology that made life easier for you? Oh
yes, yeah. I'm sure that. Like the ones today that are doing it, like with the computers and even the radios and everything is so much better, and the trucks are so much better. Shoalhaven is fairly well equipped, and they're a great bunch of guys.
And the fact that you've been with them for so long as well, there must be a lot of wonderful memories shared between them all.
There is a lot, an awful lot, because it's been a really good life being involved with them. And I'd encourage any of the young fellows around, or the girls, to if they've got nothing to do, get in and join them and help out where they can.
And have a bit of fun along the way.
You have a lot of fun. You do have a lot of fun. They're a great group. It's not all serious. No, they do have a lot of social events as well.
Now, Wendy, I was reading that there was a time where you recalled saying the last thing you see is your husband driving into the flames. Where was that? When did that happen?
I don't know how long ago it was. It was down at Sussex Inlet Turnoff, and the fire had come down through the Moreton National Park and going into Sussex. It was a really bad fire then. But Nick Whiffen, who was the fire control officer, and Kevin, I don't know what they were going through there for, but we just saw them driving off into it. And oh, my God. But they survived.
And do you remember when that was?
Probably in the...
I'm testing you, aren't I?
Early 80s, late 70s, early 80s. I'm not quite sure.
And were you helping back then?
I was sort of... I never fought fires. I was on the like a support group. We did I took refreshments out and drinks and Becks and cigarettes.
Oh, okay, right. They were different times.
They were different, yes. But there was no, like, back back in earlier years, there was no catering service at all.
Mm. So you were making sandwiches, were you?
Yeah, we make sandwiches. Some mornings, when they'd been out all night, we'd cook bacon and eggs and take it out and slam it on a bread roll for us. But it was good.
It's nice to see that some things haven't changed. That the bacon and egg roll is still a staple.
Yes.
So it sounds like to me, Wendy, it's been in your blood all the time.
It has been, yes. Yeah, and my kids, they only said the other day they've got the fondest memories of days in the brigade. We used to have a lot of picnic days and field days, and they were different, I think, to what they are now. Like we had some funny events. Like we had a greasy pole they had to climb up, and at one stage they got a pig, and they had the greasy pig was, and they had to try and catch it. I mean, you'd get put in jail now if you did. But they were, we had a raft race day, and we had a lot of good times.
And I guess that they're the types of things that really just encompass a small community, don't they?
Yes, yes. And the other brigades all used to come out to here, or we'd go to their place, or like their towns, or into the Nowra showground, and there was a good camaraderie between them all. They were, and there's you see them around now, and it's just the same. That all the guys and the ladies and that they love seeing each other, and we've had a couple of reunions. But but the ones today, they're just as good. And I think they've got a little bit more on their plates now with all the way things are.
Well, Wendy, I would love to transport you now to 2020, and I've got you at the awards ceremony. Where were you when they were broadcast?
I was down at Mollymook Golf Club.
Right. Now, were you a little bit nervous at the time?
No, because I didn't think I'd get anything. I really wasn't. The other finalists were amazing. They'd done some wonderful things, and I don't know why it was me. I really don't.
So when you found out you were nominated, what were you thinking at the time?
Oh, I don't know. I was just thinking how wonderful they all were, and there was a lady from the Velma from the fire control. She was there, and she's not very well, and I was hoping and praying that she would get it. But then when they said my name, I thought, oh my goodness. And then when they said I was the overall winner, I just couldn't speak.
That would have been a priceless moment.
It was. It was a great honour, but I was very, very, very humble.
And what describe the award for me, Wendy? What is it? What's it like?
Oh, well, there was a little plaque for being a finalist, and there was a big plaque for winning that certain section, I think it was, and then a beautiful big glass trophy. Beautiful. It's
going straight to the pool room, is it, Wendy?
Yes. Eventually, it's in the boot of the car at the moment.
Oh, no, don't tell us that.
Everybody wants to see it. So I thought, well, if I leave it in the boot all wrapped up, well, I can show.
Carting it around for everybody.
Cutting it around for everybody, yes.
Now, Wendy, you, as you said, you haven't fought fires in the past, but you've always volunteered with the RFS. How are you feeling with the upcoming bushfire season after last year's one or the previous one?
I'm surely it couldn't be as bad. I mean, that was. And I don't think anybody could have done anything at all to stop those fires or control them in any way. And I was just so worried about all the guys because I know how they take risks to do things, and they're just amazing.
And I guess finally, I mean, RFS, they play such an important role in the community. And based on your experience, are you looking for more volunteers?
They're always looking for volunteers. I think all organisations are looking for volunteers. And I think really it should start when the kids are young, primary school kids, getting involved in the guides and the brownies, and, that's wonderful for the kids. unfortunately, those numbers drop off all the time. They're getting less and less.
Well, Wendy, I just have to say it has been an absolute delight speaking with you today on Tuesday Drive. Thank you.
Yeah. And could I just say what a wonderful job Rotary did of organising the event too. It was, and especially Dot Hennessy, it was just so well organised because it was zoomed in from 8 different locations around the state.
Oh, I've got to say, did you have a glass of champers in your hand?
I had a glass of wine, yeah.
Good on you, Wendy. Good on you. And you would have enjoyed that too after you've come back and received the award, I dare say.
I'm still getting over it.
Oh, well, look, like a mighty congratulations to you, and of course to all your RFS brothers and sisters who, of course, they've looked after us, and also again during our next season. We thank you, and we thank all of you, Wendy.
Right, thank you very much, and I'd just like to thank all the community services because they've all just. This year they've just been so wonderful. And thank you very much, Steve, for interviewing me.
Oh, it's been an absolute pleasure. Oh, wasn't that lovely? That was Shoalhaven's Wendy Roberts, who is this year's Rotary Emergency Services Community Awards winner. And I've just got to say, what a wonderful achievement, and very well deserved too.
This is Tuesday Drive.